citrus black spot, or CBS, is a fungal disease marked by dark necrotic spots or blotches of dead tissue on the rinds of fruit. The disease causes blemishes, significant yield losses, early fruit drop, and if not controlled, renders the highly blemished fruit unmarketable. Symptoms of this exotic disease, citrus black spot, were first detected during a Citrus Health Response Program, or CHIRP, multi-pest survey in Valencia sweet oranges in the Immokalee area on March 8, 2010. This marks the first report of this fungal pathogen in North America and constitutes a major jump in the geographical range of the pathogen. A CBS quarantine area is both a federal and state quarantine. Understanding citrus black spot is important to controlling the spread of the disease and maintaining the health of the Florida citrus industry. Because of this disease, citrus groves have been divided into two areas: non-CBS quarantine areas and CBS quarantine areas. A CBS non-quarantine area is defined as an area of land not regulated by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services for citrus black spot disease. A CBS quarantine area is defined as an area of land regulated by federal order under the United States Department of Agriculture and the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Federal Order for Citrus Black Spot Disease. What does this mean for the citrus processor or packer? Within a citrus black spot quarantine area, the following procedures will be enforced by the United States Department of Agriculture and the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Citrus Health Response Program regulatory staff. Loads must be segregated at the facility by CBS quarantine and non-CBS quarantine area loads. The processor or packing house should verify that each serially numbered trip ticket arriving from a non-CBS quarantine area indicates the following: date of harvest, the name of the grove, landowner or agent, leasee, or harvester, processing plant or packing house to which the fruit is destined, the grove block or sub-block the fruit originated in, license tag number of trailer, number of filled boxes, and the compliance agreement number. Any fruit hauling or handling equipment, portable citrus hauling containers, boxes, bins, or tubs, regardless of ownership, coming from a non-citrus black spot quarantine area must be cleaned in accordance to the Processor Compliance Agreement and Schedule 11. If a processor or packing house receives fruit from both CBS and non-CBS quarantine areas, then they are responsible to separate all citrus waste. Both non-quarantine and quarantine citrus waste, culls, leaves, and debris may be heat treated in a feed mill or can be cleaned out daily from the facility and placed in a covered dumpster or dump truck and held on site until transported and disposed of in a CHIRP-approved citrus waste disposal site, incinerator, or Class 1 landfill. Please contact your local CHIRP office to get all proposed dump sites approved and permitted. Trailers hauling CBS quarantine loads must move directly to a processor operating under a valid state compliance agreement or a fresh fruit packing house under a valid federal compliance agreement. Each load of citrus fruit, eliminations, culls, citrus waste, or plant debris originating from a CBS quarantine area must move in a tarped, covered, or enclosed trailer or vehicle. Each load must be accompanied by a serially numbered trip ticket, including the required information for a non-CBS quarantine area, along with the addition of the TARP Q written clearly, preferably at the bottom, or a properly completed limited permit. Fresh fruit coming from a CBS quarantine area and being moved to the European Union, a pre-harvest survey will be required to obtain a citrus fruit harvesting permit. For the European Union, the area of production is based on the county, not the geographical quarantine boundary. The citrus fruit harvesting permit number must be on the ticket. TARP Q and CC should be written at the bottom of each trip ticket. All conveyances of CBS quarantine citrus fruit received must be completely emptied at the processing facility, including trailers, trucks, tarps, filled boxes or bins, and must be cleaned and visibly free of all fruit, leaves, limbs, soil, and debris. Once emptied, all trailers, trucks, filled boxes, bins, and tubs must be disinfected prior to departing the receiving facility in accordance with Schedule 11. After cleaning, all accumulated leaves, limbs, coals, and plant debris must be handled in one of the following ways: heat treated to at least 180 degrees Fahrenheit for at least a period of 1 hour, or incinerated, or buried in a Class 1 landfill or other disposal site approved by the FDACS or APHIS, and covered with dirt at the end of each day that a load of citrus coals, leaves, or plant debris is dumped. All personnel and equipment entering a grove in a CBS quarantine area for any purpose, including but not limited to crop estimation, fruit procurement, or fruit sampling for testing purposes, must be clean, free of citrus fruit, leaves, limbs, soil, and debris. Decontaminate personnel and equipment by an approved method in accordance with Schedule 11 prior to departing the grove or grove block. Should you have any questions regarding requirements for hauling fruit within or out of a citrus black spot quarantine area, please call the helpline at 1-888-397-1517 or contact your local Citrus Health Response Program office.